Okay, let's just jump right in. You know the drill. You're hitting the gym, you're swapping the burger for a salad, you're
Yeah.
stressed out trying to optimize every single thing.
Everything you're supposed to do.
Exactly. And yet, that stubborn belly fat just won't budge. And it's so frustrating because, the math just isn't mathing.
Hmm.
You start thinking, am I just not working hard enough? Is this a discipline problem?
And that right there is where we have to stop and reframe this whole thing.
Okay.
Because look, if belly fat was just about working harder, the most stressed, overworked people, the ones grinding 80 hours a week, they'd be the leanest people on the planet.
And we know that's not true.
Not at all. This isn't about laziness. It is like purely about biology and survival signals.
Exactly. So our mission for this deep dive is to figure out why. Why your body decides to store energy right there. Because, as it turns out, not all fat is created equal.
Not even close. You have to distinguish between the two main types. First, there's subcutaneous fat.
That's the stuff you can pinch, right?
Yeah. That's the inch you can pinch. And it's annoying, sure, but metabolically it's relatively inert.
Versus visceral fat. Now, this is the scary stuff. This is the fat that's stored deep inside, kind of wrapping around your liver, your intestines.
And the key thing to understand is that it's not just sitting there. It's biologically active. It's effectively an unauthorized endocrine organ.
It's a factory.
So it's a factory for inflammation. It's pumping out these inflammatory markers called cytokines. You've probably heard of things like IL-6 and TNF-alpha. It is actively shouting signals to your body.
Which kicks off what we're calling the inflammation loop. And, okay, people always use that tired key in the lock analogy for insulin resistance. I think we can go a little deeper.
We can. It's less about a broken key and more like the cell is jamming its own signal.
So?
When all that inflammation floods your system, the cells, your muscle cells, your liver cells, they sense this sort of biological storm. So to protect themselves from being overloaded with glucose, they downregulate their own insulin receptors.
So the cell basically puts up a do not disturb sign.
Precisely. But your pancreas, it doesn't get the memo. It just sees that blood sugar is still high, so it screams louder. It pumps out more insulin.
Which leads to hyperinsulinemia.
Exactly. And because the cells are still resisting, your brain perceives a fuel crisis.
This is the part that blows my mind. You have plenty of fuel. You just ate. You have body fat. But your brain thinks you're starving.
Correct. It senses a cellular energy deficit. And in a crisis, biologically speaking, this is like a famine or a war zone, your body switches into survival mode.
And it decides to store more energy centrally, right around the vital organs, to protect them.
And that completes the loop. So step 1, visceral fat creates inflammation. Step 2, that inflammation causes insulin resistance.
Step 3, your body panics, thinks it's starving, and stores more fat centrally.
And step 4, more visceral fat means more inflammation. It's a self-perpetuating cycle. It just feeds on itself.
Okay, here's a fun one, especially for the weekend warriors listening. Alcohol.
Ah, yes. The liver priority.
We usually just think about empty calories, but it's more complicated, isn't it?
It is. Your liver sees alcohol, the ethanol, as a poison. It has to. So when you have a drink, your liver literally drops everything else it's doing.
It creates a bottleneck.
A huge metabolic bottleneck. It completely pauses fat oxidation, fat burning, to process the ethanol first.
So you didn't just drink 200 calories. You pressed pause on your fat metabolism while those calories were in your system.
And since the liver is ground zero for all this, that unburned energy often gets shunted directly into visceral storage. It's just more fuel for the inflammation fire.
So what this all really means is that stubborn belly fat. It isn't a sign that you are failing. It's a sign your body is in protection mode.
Your body is prioritizing survival over aesthetics because the signals it's getting are telling it the world is kind of a dangerous place.
And look, this whole inflammation loop, let's just take away one from our research. There's so much more to this.
Absolutely. We haven't even touched on the gym rat paradox.
Which is all about neat, non-exercise activity thermogenesis and why it matters more than your spin class. Or the Poncer effect.
Oh, that's a huge one. The idea that you can't actually out-exercise a bad diet because your body just caps its energy output.
And cortisol, not just as a stress vibe, but as a literal survival hormone that forces your body to hold on.
Yeah, we dig into all of that. The gym rat paradox, Poncer, cortisol, in the full video series.
We've saved it in the playlist for you. You really need to see the visuals. The graphs make the loop just click.
It's definitely worth a watch if you feel stuck in that cycle.
So go check that out. But before you go, here's a final thought to chew on. If your body is storing fat to protect your vital organs from what it perceives as a threat,
Hmm.
is your body actually fighting you, or is it just trying its absolute hardest to keep you safe?